a member of 3 Inches of Blood. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I have to right off the bat, why 3 inches?
Elaborate a little bit.
Why just 3 inches of blood? Why not 4, 5, 6 inches? Who decided like three is the number?
Just kind of a stupid story, and that's how many inches were involved in the story. Yeah,
It was short. It was
basically it.
that short.
Yeah,
It wasn't taken. It was an open available name.
I guess so. Yeah,
Okay.
someone told some dumb story, and that phrase kind of popped out, and it stuck.
Have you guys ever like taken, drawn out your blood and worn like 3 inches of blood in a vial around your neck?
No, I can't say we've done that,
I would
but
like that.
might be something we'd consider doing in the future.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah, you could go total gore and just throw blood everywhere on you in the audience. So how was Aftershock?
awesome. We only had a half hour, but we do with the most with the time we're given, and we barely break a sweat in half an hour, but at least we can just kind of go full bore and just do all we can and hope we make an impression.
It's wild to me, working media and a lot of festivals over the years, how much work you guys go into flying in, setting up, and then getting like 25 minutes to 35 minutes. And then you're just packing up, you'll get to do a couple media stop-ins if you're not too tired, and then you leave. But there's a lot of effort into a small set for a festival.
There is, like, oh, I mean, we've only got 5 full-length records, but it's still a challenge trying to find out, like, what are the essential songs that have to go in the set. Um, but regardless, we just whatever time we're given, we just have to go out there, make the best impression we can, and we got to assume that there's a lot of people out there at a festival that don't know who we are, that maybe heard about something about us, and we just got to make a good impression. So we just got to go 100%.
It is a good PR move. And, some newer bands pay to play to just the exposure in general. Was there any band that you were stoked to check out on that Sunday?
Yeah, a lot of bands that we've played with over the years that we're friends with. We've done on various tours. Um, it was cool to see Mudvayne. Our buddy Marcus was he was technically Trivium back in the day, and we hadn't seen him in a long time. And how he's playing with Mudvayne, and they're just kind of getting back at it. Um, Rob Zombie, of course. I did a couple festival stints with Rob Zombie, and never seen Marilyn Manson live, so that was really cool as well.
And
And he was,
he's gotten sober. He's actually getting better recently.
oh yeah, well that's great to see.
Yeah, yeah. Are you guys big partiers or have you guys jumped on the sober train? What are you guys up to?
We got a few guys are on the sober train, but I think for the most part we're pretty responsible guys, even if not all of us are like sober dudes. But we're professional, but we know how to measure our intake, getting
Yeah.
to the end we are.
You got to turn it up to 11 sometimes, you know.
Yeah, of course. Like given the opportunity, like a couple weekends ago.
But you're seasoned, so you know how to balance when to have fun and when to be serious.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, we've always felt a sense of responsibility, and we know how to measure that with having a good time as well.
Yeah, I'm still figuring that out. Sometimes I drink too much and am just a bad girl. I don't know when I'm going to slow down. I keep thinking, "Oh, it's my 40s. Maybe in my 50s I'll slow down a bit." I don't know.
Well, you
Um
find a balance at some point.
yeah, you do. Or I mean, I've lost a lot of people, back, especially I was in Hollywood, and a lot of people went to partying too hard. So you really got to be careful. Can I ask you random questions?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Do you believe in aliens?
I guess you could say I'm an alien agnostic.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah, I've heard that term applied to ghosts, people who haven't seen ghosts, but they think it might be possible.
I have
So I'm
said
gonna go
this,
with
and
that for aliens.
I've never said agnostic with it, but I love that term because I feel the same way. I think it's not very smart of us to think that we are the only life form in the universe, but
Hmm.
I also am not an alien freak. You know, the other radio show hosts are very conspiracy theories that they've landed, and I'm not on board with like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I am fascinated by the topic, but I've never seen an alien, and I
Yeah.
wager most people haven't.
I
But
haven't got my
maybe
ass
they
probed
have
yet.
experiences that would lead them believe they think aliens are 100% real. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll have to wait and see.
I'm into it. Do you have a favorite snack?
Hmm. Yeah, sour cream and onion.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
Lay's
with that too.
kind,
Sorry?
the Lay's flavor.
No, a Canadian brand called Old Dutch.
Okay,
That's
fancy.
my goat
Because you're
of
from Canada. Are you still in Canada?
yes.
Okay. Is it cold?
Um, I live in Vancouver, so it stays warmer here longer than the rest of the country. So it was a pretty nice day today. Even though, where are you based out of?
Sacramento, California.
Okay. So I wager it's probably quite a bit warmer there where you are, but not by a whole lot.
My
It's gonna
best
get cold here
friend
real
just flew
quick though.
back. I know it gets too cold in Canada. My best friend just flew back from Vancouver and for a medical convention, and she just said it's her second time there, but it's her favorite city. It's like hipster but not dirty and so fun and easy to get around, and I got to go. I've never been.
Yeah, it's been labeled no fun city for a lot of reasons.
Oh.
Uh, there's a lot of restrictions around, just having a good time, I think. But
She's boring though, so she really liked it. She's like my
oh,
I joke
well,
we're twins, but she's the boring one, that's the doctor.
yeah,
So she loves it.
yeah. Well, and also it's just as dirty here as any other major city. So
Oh,
we've got
I
our problems.
guess she just did Seattle before that and said it was just like it's gotten so bad in Portland and Seattle recently.
Yeah,
That's
Vancouver's kind of like that too.
yeah. Okay. I like Sacktown. I'm not gonna lie. I like Sacktown. It's like California but NorCal and small. It's not too big.
Yeah, I got that
I
vibe
did.
too when I was there.
Okay, would you ever go skydiving or have you?
Mm, I don't think so.
No,
No.
not for you. Do you have a favorite venue to perform in?
I'm going to be a little bit biased here because it's in Vancouver where I live. The Commodore Ballroom. I think it's a great venue, not just to play, but also to see shows at. And I've heard that from other bands that we've toured over the years that uh, will rank the Commodore Ballroom pretty highly in their experiences if they've ever played there.
I've heard Commodore and Red Rocks brought up a lot, both of
Oh,
those.
I'd love to play Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Haven't, but it looks amazing. I like that kind of natural amphitheater kind of vibe with like the rock formations around you. Like that looks great.
Yeah, it looks
Play there
gorgeous.
one day.
Do you have the best movie about rock and roll?
The best movie about rock and roll. Well, it's a parody, but I got to go with Spinal Tap.
I knew you were gonna say Spinal
Yeah.
Tap when you said
Well, I know it's kind of a predictable answer for a lot of people, but um, it fits.
it's so good.
Yeah. Like how can you not?
And I get almost famous a lot. Have you seen Steel Panther?
No.
Those are my boys. You got it because Spinal Tap reminds me they're a joke, 80s. glam rock band, but you gotta watch Steel Panther. They're funny. It's a comedy show, but they're very talented.
Hmm.
What is the worst airline? Because I see you guys travel all over the world a lot.
Uh, I've never had too bad of an experience on any particular airline. Um, Flew United once and had an 8 hour layover because had to change onto four different planes because of
Dang.
mechanical issues. Um, but nothing too egregious, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
haven't had the like budget airline nightmares that other people have had.
You hear a lot, especially with rock
Yeah.
stars and lost luggage and equipment and stuff. So that it sounds like you've had a more smooth sailing across the board.
Yeah, I mean we've definitely had our lost luggage, well not lost but delayed luggage where we didn't have an instrument for an entire tour. But an instrument was recovered at least, and we knew where it was. But nothing like uh, I forget what airline it was, but it was probably like 2007. We traveled to the UK, and an airline broke a guitar. I forget
Ooh.
which airline it was, but we were able to fix it. It was like a headstock had cracked, and
Did
uh,
they, donate money towards fixing it?
no, I don't think so. We were kind of on a time crunch. It was one of those things like you just kind of got to roll with the flow and see
Wow.
what happens.
That's very nice. It's very
Yeah.
nice of you. Okay, what is your reason to start a band?
Um, well, musical appreciation for starters. That's kind of how it started with me. I grew up appreciating music from my parents, listening to classical music all the time. And eventually I found my own tastes in rock and roll and met someone who was a little bit like-minded, and we decided to start a band together. And I switched from playing piano to playing bass and started my first band, and it just kind of went from there. But ultimately it was about having fun, and that's why you really should get into music.
You don't hear that all the time, but Styx member Ricky Phillips started with piano and switched to bass.
Mhm.
That's a kind of a big switch. You're going from like hidden out dude that's not getting laid to like party guy that could get laid more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good mix. Is money important?
Yes, of course it is.
Yeah. You got
I
to pay
mean,
the
we live in
bills.
a capitalist society. You know, it shouldn't be the be all and end all, but obviously it's important.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Um, have you ever played or listened to any emo rock?
No, I never played in an emo band. I've certainly heard emo music. When I was playing in my early bands, emo was different than what it is now. It wasn't like kind of poppy sounding like it was. It was more kind of underground. It was really like screamy emotional punks just playing stuff that was a little more melodic and but wasn't like catchy marketable kind of stuff. It eventually
Yeah,
kind of made that switch. That's
for
how I
sure.
remembered it. But either way, it wasn't really my thing. You know, um, I was more into heavier stuff, faster stuff. Um, that's what music appealed to me. So,
What were some of the first bands that you got really into?
well, Iron Maiden was the first band that got me into heavy metal. Um, I had a buddy who used to come over to my place, and we just hang out and have sleepovers and stuff. And he would bring over his Iron Maiden tapes and Twisted Sister tapes, and I would just lock into the album covers, and I would just be so fascinated by this stuff. And then to hear stuff like Aces High when you're 8 years old is like when you've been listening to classical music. eventually I sort of made the connection, like, oh, okay, I can see where the classical music kind of influence kind of comes in, and maybe that's where I gravitated towards some heavy metal coming out of the stuff that my parents were exposing me to, because I had to discover rock and roll for myself.
Your parents were more conservative.
Um, yeah, I'd say they could have middle of the road in the political spectrum,
Or
but
I mean just like an older generation that liked classical
yeah, that.
music.
Oh, yeah, yeah, true, true. Um, I think my parents were a little older than some of my friends' parents were at the time. So, yeah, that's an accurate assessment.
Yeah. That's cool. Usually they say those kids are a little weird if your parents waited later in life to have kids.
Yeah, maybe. Um, but I think I did okay. I've always had a good relationship with my folks, and I think it turned out okay.
It's better to wait later till you're ready, than to have them too soon.
I'll
For
never
me.
be ready to have kids.
So you don't have any kids?
No, none,
You're
zero.
just not, I mean, you're touring. You're about the rock star life.
Not even about that. Like, I like my downtime. I like my alone time. I don't want to be. I've just never seen the appeal of having children. That's just me. If you want to have kids, great. Not for me.
It does make sense. I will say, like my uncle never had kids, and I get it. He's been a marine biologist. He's very happy. He's content. He doesn't need them, and like I needed to have kids to stay alive. So I think it's different for everybody whether you really need responsibility or you're good on your own. I suck on my own. I
Mm.
cannot have free time on my hands.
Huh.
It's
Okay. Well, there you
dangerous.
go.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
jump in a tour
I've got
bus.
I've got three dogs,
Oh,
which is basically the same as having children.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I can't crate my children and leave.
I
I'll
like to
get in
say that
trouble.
to people with
Yeah.
kids just to piss them off. So,
No, I know people that love their dogs like more than some people love their kids and whatnot,
right.
and so I get it. And before my kids, my dog was my child. She had a closet, and I would change her little leather jackets and stuff. So I get
Oh,
that. It's just once you have kids, you don't have the time.
oh, yeah, I've got denim vests for all my dogs. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I had a Frenchie named Marilyn after Marilyn Manson, and she was all black
Uh,
and she had denim and leather, pink leather jackets, and she would come with me, and it was awesome. It was
Cool.
cool.
I have three French bulldogs myself.
Oh my God. Wait, I think I saw. I was scrolling to research and I was like, oh my gosh, they're the best, right?
Hmm.
Like they're the best. Yeah.
I love my
Just the
Frenchies.
health problems. It got so expensive when she got so old, her hips were
Yeah,
going and everything. So, they're expensive, but they are the cutest.
I have my oldest is almost 12, and he's pretty slow now. He's got arthritis, and he's slowing down, but he's still a happy boy. So
Yeah, that's good. Mine live till 11. They have shorter lifespans
they
because of their
do.
breathing issues and whatnot.
Yeah,
But she was spoiled rotten for a long time.
I love my French.
Um, they're the best. Okay, do you have a wildest activity that you've seen in the crowd that the crowd was doing while you're performing?
Years ago, I think it was during Ozfest, and there was some guy in the pit in a wheelchair, like not just a regular wheelchair, like it was like a motorized one where he needed to like had a joystick and stuff. And the people in the and I haven't seen this only during our set, but I've seen it other bands do it, or it happened during their set. But the fans will like pick this guy up in the wheelchair and just kind of parade him around, and the and the look on the guy's face was like he was just living the dream. He was so happy, like getting carted around. Like, and that wheelchair, I don't know how heavy that thing is, but holy crap.
That's what
Um,
I was thinking. That's got to be a lot of weight for people to lift up. Like, how
yeah,
exciting for the guy in the wheelchair.
yeah, with like the battery and everything, like that had to have been super heavy, but it was really cool to see. And they didn't drop him; they eventually like put him down pretty gently, and yeah, it was a cool moment. Like that's just kind of thing you'd see in the heavy metal community is just an extension of somebody falls in the pit, you pick them up and that kind of thing, and just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you guys were in Birmingham and paying homage to Ozzy. That was crazy how quickly he went, and then Ace just went recently. You're a pretty big Ozzy and Kiss fan on
Well,
both of those.
absolutely, yeah, of course,
Yeah, big influences, definitely.
massive.
Um, okay, and then one last question I have: what is your goals for 2026? What do you and the band want to kind of accomplish?
Well, I think our focus now is we're going to start writing some music. We've already got some ideas on the go. We're bouncing around some ideas, and I think even before the end of the year is done, we're going to get together in person, and because we don't all live in the same cities, some of us are a little bit spread apart. So we're going to get together and put some of these ideas together and work on some new songs, and hopefully have something to play for people next year.
Nice. Well, Cam, thank you so much for stopping by Steph's Rock Show, and we look forward to keeping up with you and watch what's coming next.
Cool.